All right, what's going on, everybody? I've been waiting on FedEx all day long, so I would give people a little bit more time to get in here. But to be honest with you, I'd like to just get this stuff unboxed and start using it to prep for videos later. So in this video, we're going to very quickly do a couple of unboxing. As you saw in the title there, we have the Pixel 7 Pro and we have the Pixel Watch. My unboxing experience will be a little bit different from some of the ones you may see on the internet and then over the next coming days and weeks because it came in this thing. So my boxes are here, obviously, but they are empty because the device is actually there in here. So we're going to look at the boxes too and talk about what's in them, what comes with them. But this is where my stuff is. I've been losing focus. I've been lucky enough to become part of Team Pixel, which means these devices were supplied to me by Google themselves. So keep that in mind as we go forward. Let's open this thing up though, and it's pretty cool, guys. It's got a big mirror on there that says Team Pixel, which is pretty cool. And underneath this, I feel like I'm a magician about to unveil some sort of magic trick. There is our hardware. We have the Pixel 7 Pro and the Pixel Watch here in front of me. So let's grab the watch first, and I'll give you kind of my thoughts on this. This is my first time actually picking this thing up. I think it's got a pretty sleek look here. It is quite a bit smaller than my Galaxy Watch 5 Pro or my Mobvoi TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra. It's quite a bit smaller than either one of these. I'm going to try to pay attention to comments if I can as I go forward. Let me put my comments. Let me pop up my comments here and put them over there. And let me also make sure that my audio is working correctly, just out of simple paranoia here. Bear with me just a moment. Okay, audio is fine. All right, we're going to continue now. So the band is kind of a grippy silicone. Like, that's pretty normal. I think this is a pretty, I don't know, it's not that weird of a band. It's pretty standard. Slides through and then locks into place. The bezel, you know, we've talked a lot about how big that bezel is. Obviously, with it off, you can't see the bezel at all, and it looks pretty good unless you get it in just the right lighting. And then maybe I can show you. Probably now we'll have to power it on and see. It's very, very lightweight though. Very small and very lightweight. As for the actual Pixel 7, which doesn't want to come out of here. What's going on here? What is holding this thing in place? What is going on here? All right, let's get this out of the way. I'm not sure. Oh, it was like adhered to it. So for the actual Pixel 7, I didn't actually have the Pixel 6. So this is my first time really holding either one of the phones in this style. This is the Snow variant, and that is a very large phone. The camera visor back there in the back is obviously very noticeable. So what I'm going to do is we're going to power the Pixel 7 Pro on. We're going to power on the Pixel Watch as well, which I assume will come on. There we go. We're going to set this big box out of the way. We're going to switch to the small boxes. And while these things are powering up, we'll talk about what is actually in these boxes as well. So what do we got going on in here? All right, so it looks like... Oh, there's another. Oh, okay. So there's an extra band in here that is smaller for those of us like myself who have small wrists. That'll probably actually be useful for me. We also have, looks like, the charging adapter here, which is going to be really important how fast this thing charges because the battery is not very large and is therefore not going to last a very long time. So how fast this thing is able to charge is going to be really, really important. I do like the charger, though. It's just magnetic, and it snaps onto the back, and you're done. So that is pretty cool. And it is USB-C. So it is USB-C to magnetic thing. So that, again, is going to be very important. Some paperwork in there as well. Because I'm used to wearing watches that last, you know, multiple days, 3-4 days at a time. So switching to something that might only last a day might be a little bit of a problem. Let's go into some of the setup here. connect him. Okay, I haven't put my SIM in it just yet. Let's get connected to Wi-Fi here quickly. Haptics are very good on typing. Very strong vibration motor in there for the haptics. All right, we are rolling there. My Pixel Watch actually has just popped up on my Duo, but I'm not going to pair it to the Duo. I'll pair it to the actual Pixel. That makes more sense to me. Underneath here, some paperwork. We have the adapter to bring your new stuff over, and then a USB-C to C cable. Nothing too shocking in there. Pretty much what you'd expect. Pretty sparse unboxing experience. So we'll just get into the act of setup here. Should I copy stuff over? I normally don't copy anything. Normally takes too long, and I don't actually like doing that anyways. It is very slippery. This is a very slippery phone, and that's something that a case, I don't normally like having a case, but being this slippery, I may have to go that route. Let's sign into Google here. All right, we should be signing in now. Let's get past all this stuff. Some people are saying that the Pixel Watch is too small. Yeah, that's going to depend on you. That's going to depend on your wrist and how that works out for you. For me, it's not going to be too big. I have a relatively small wrist, so for me, it's probably going to look more normal than any of the watches that I have worn in the past. For you, if you have a larger wrist, yeah, that might be a problem for you. Let's look at the fingerprint scanner. It's something that the Pixel 6 apparently was not great for, so we'll see how fast this is actually going through this setup, and that doesn't seem too bad, right? It doesn't seem too bad at all. We'll go through the rest of that later. Face unlock is now a thing, and of course it just uses a single camera and some AI, so we're going to put my face in the camera. Tilt your head up, it says. Tilt your head down. Okay, and that was it for face unlock. So we'll test both of these out here in a minute. We'll just leave and get a reminder. Yeah, whatever. What about the bands on this? Apparently to take off the band, there's a little, oh gosh, flashing blinding lights. I don't need to do this. Skip. I know how to navigate my phone. Okay, so that's done. There's a little button over here that you push, and then I guess you like slide it over. Yep, and then it pops right off. That was actually pretty easy. So then to put it back on, you push it in and slide it over. We're done. That was super easy. So we're going to download the Pixel Watch app. We're going to go ahead and set that up too, because I think that's going to be better for me, the smaller one, because like I said earlier, I don't have a very large wrist. So we are connecting to the Pixel Watch. There's our code. This is going swimmingly. This is going super, super quickly. I will be moving, for those wondering, I will be moving my SIM over from my Duo 2, making this my primary for a while as I review it. Need to verify identity. While it's signing in here, can I lock this and then do the unlock process? That's not too bad. What about face unlock? Unlock by face, press the unlock icon to open. Okay. All right. So we are set up. System update available. Blah 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 blah. Continue on phone. What am I meant to be continuing on the phone? Here we go. Now that's more just set up for the actual Pixel itself. What questions do you guys have about these devices here in terms of this unboxing? We're not going to go super, super deep, but if there's something that you want to see very quickly while we're in here, let me know. Shouldn't have agreed to that last one. Let's go into the camera here real quick. So the camera app, we have our 0.6, which is our ultra wide. The 2 is digital, and then a 5x optical to play with. And then, of course, we can also go even further, all the way up to 30x. Let's tell you what I'll do real quick. Let me like just take a picture of something here in the room. I'll use my wall back here. We'll do 1x, 2x, and then 5x. And then I'll pull up Google Photos, and we'll see what that actually looks like. Okay, so that's the 1x there. Actually, let's do this. Let's just do this right. Let's actually just do this where you guys can kind of see it a little bit better. So this is the 1x here, and you know, it looks like a pretty standard photo from a high-end phone. We'll jump over. That's the 2x. Again, a little bit of grain in there, right? A little bit of grain happening. And in fact, that really does not look very good at all. Something might be wrong here. And then, yeah, something seems off because none of those actually look very good. Perhaps it says there's an update for the camera, so maybe I need to actually update it because that does not look particularly good. What are your initial impressions? The build quality, is it feel bulky? Yeah, I mean it feels pretty good. It feels like a solidly built device. It's a very large phone, but it does feel solid. It's not overly heavy, but it's definitely not lightweight either. I don't know why this is still telling me to continue something on my phone. Maybe it wants me to do the system update for the watch. That's probably what it is. Well, I also need the Fitbit app because, of course, this thing is going to be running on Fitbit rather than Google Fit or anything like that. I've not put my SIM in it as of yet. Now I'm going to here momentarily, though. On your watch, go into settings. I can't go into settings on my watch because you won't let me. Customize your Pixel. Okay. So the camera is downloading the update. We'll try the camera again here in a moment. I mean, as far as if the Pixel software elevates it from other phones with comparable specs, that's something that, you know, I can't really speak to at this exact moment, having only just unboxed it. It's entirely possible. I've always been a big fan of the Pixel software in general. I've always thought it does add a lot to the experience. So we'll have to see. The fingerprint scanner does seem to me quite fast. I know a lot of people complained about the scanner on the Pixel 6, but that seems pretty fast to me. So I don't think I've got any issues there. One-handed use. For me, one-handed use, probably not going to work all that well. Is there a one-handed mode, perhaps, that can be enabled? I don't really know if there is or not. Maybe there is. I'll probably have to use it because it is quite large. Let's do this. Let's pull up. Let's pull up a song so that I can do like a speaker test here. Let's do. That's not too bad. That actually isn't too bad. It was distorting a little bit, but that's not too terrible at all, honestly. What about? Let's go to one of my own videos here. So the Microsoft Surface Fall hardware event. Let's mute that and let's go into full screen here. I think that the video viewing is going to be pretty solid. That seems okay. Speakers are pretty loud. Auto rotation seems to be relatively quick. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean the software does feel quite quick. Let's see if the camera's done updating. I believe that it is now. Okay, so let's try doing this again. Let's try taking those same pictures again. We'll do 1, 2, and 5 and see if that does any better. And of course, no, I don't want to. Let's delete those. And let's go back here to this and see if these look better. Okay, maybe. Still just looks okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm not super duper impressed with any of that. That looks almost like it's out of focus or something. Maybe there's more updates that need to be done. We'll withhold judgment at this point until I've had more time to kind of mess around with it. I do like. Look how cool this looks. Look at the now playing thing. That's pretty slick, right? That's a pretty cool thing. Honest to God, I don't know what it wants me to do here. It's just saying continue on phone. System update available, but it wants me to do it on the watch as well. I don't understand. Do I have? I don't know what you want from me. There's nothing I can do here. Though I mean, it was literally right next to a light, so that lighting definitely is not the problem. We'll see. I'll get everything updated, and I'm sure it's not not what it currently seems like. I wish I could figure out more about this thing. I'm kind of struggling here to understand what exactly it wants me to do. Let's get rid of these things. I mean, I literally can't. Do I just restart it? Is that what has to happen? We'll reboot the Pixel Watch and see what happens. What else we got? Yeah, I don't think that the camera is actually going to be bad. I don't know what to make of why those particular results did not look overly impressive, but I'm kind of skeptical as well that it's actually going to be bad. It's a refinement, says someone. A refinement, nothing new. I mean, it is definitely a refinement, but I mean, they kind of reinvented the entire phone with the last one, so I don't know what, they're not going to reinvent it again the next time around. So they've bumped up the camera to a 5x optical. They've widened out the ultra wide. They've got a new processor. They've added a bunch of new features in terms of like photo on blur and things like that as well. So, this guy has to read correctly, says the Foster Dojo. Well, if you would enlighten me on that, then please go right ahead. He said it looks like there's no refinement. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well there you go. Well, same difference, saying that there's no refinement. Okay, whatever. I guess there's definitely been refinement. That's absolutely just simply not the case. So now we're showing the connect thing again, as if it's not, can't connect, open watch. So we're not having the best time here with our Pixel Watch. So we're gonna have to, I guess, do this again. Okay. All right, well, not the best time with the Pixel Watch. I'll tell you what I'll do. Yeah, I guess I can try just directly pairing. It sees it in Bluetooth, but it's giving. Okay. Okay, so it might do it again. Okay. We're making some progress. Yep. Are we actually going to get to see the watch? Maybe. I've already done this. Okay. Just dismissed it on me. Let's try it again. Okay, so we didn't get this last time, so maybe that's good. Maybe that means we're making progress. I really want to like the Pixel Watch. I actually really like the appearance of it. I know a lot of people kind of have dunked on it and don't like the appearance of it. That's very, oh gosh, I keep looking at that flashing light. But that's very subjective. I think you should send your comment to the recycling center for proper disposal. How about that? Let's see about how it looks on the wrist actually. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a big wrist. Like for me, like I think it looks like better on me than my normal watches do because they're so freaking huge that like people all the time when I review a watch, they're like, that watch is enormous. I'm like, it's really not. It's just I don't have a big wrist. Like it looks so much worse than it actually is. For the price, yeah, I mean that's something we're gonna have to determine if it's actually going to be worth $350. I'm a little bit skeptical of that myself, but we'll have to see. Set a lock on your watch. Why would I need to lock my watch? I don't want to do this. Okay, whatever. Okay. Yeah, I guess Google Pay's fine. Yeah, I just don't really use Google Pay on my watch. I really don't use Google Pay like ever, to be honest with you. Contacting the bank. Which means I'll probably get a text message on my other phone. Yeah, we'll just verify that later. It's fine. Come on, I want to get into the watch, guys. I want to actually. I don't want to do any of this. I cannot tell you when I ever forgot. It's restarting. Okay. When I ever have forgotten my wallet ever my entire life. But you know, whatever. To each their own. I guess it does happen to some people. Once this reboots, we'll take a look at the watch real quick, and then I'll probably call it a day there. I do think that the actual Pixel itself does feel very solid. I'm gonna go try and take some sample pictures after I get things updated. I like this aluminum around the sides there and the aluminum on the edges. I think that's a pretty cool look. See how long it takes to reboot this thing. Yeah, it is interesting that they're like the fact that Google now, you know, they're having to use Fitbit on this, but then they also do have uh what do they call it? Google Fit. I think they should just get rid of one or the other, right? Like just go all in on Fitbit. Like I don't. It's weird that they have both, but Fitbit has some problems, right? Like the fact that sleep tracking and stuff, like a lot of those features are not all of sleep tracking, but like the detailed stuff is behind a paywall is kind of like super annoying to me. Like I don't want to have to pay for that when Samsung gives it away for free, Mobvoi gives it away for free. So that's a little bit annoying. Come on, taking a long time to reboot. Okay, we are at our screen. Got a freaking pin again. Okay. Hi there. Let's start with swipes. Swipe up for notifications. I'm guessing this is going to be the same as it is on my Samsung watch. Swipe down for quick settings. That's about the same. That way should be, yeah, okay. I don't need you to teach me anything. It's fine. Thanks. Okay, let's try that again. So I like the crown. We can go down here and see our notifications. There's nice little vibrations there as I'm scrolling through it. I like that a lot. That's nice. Let's go, and then we get our quick settings up there. That's pretty cool. That way, Google Maps. Steps, heart rate, exercise. Gotta log into Fitbit. So you can, does this loop? Yeah, that does loop around. So you've got your tiles there, notifications, and then settings. And that's really about all there is to it. You can see there's probably should be different, yeah, all kinds of different watch faces you can try. Now that we're up and moving, like it feels relatively nimble. I do want a watch face that has the battery on it though, because I'm gonna be like constantly worried about the battery life on this thing. All right, so what do you guys? Anything you guys wanna hear about? I did it again. I keep looking at the flashing light on the bottom. I'm gonna give myself a stroke. Anything you guys want to hear about before I cut this off and get this thing fully updated and start using it? Because I'm going to do that very shortly, if not. I'll add this watch to a pile of watch chargers that I already have over here near me. And it will be on my wrist for at least the next few days as I get an idea of how it works. So without any additional questions rolling in here, does Fitbit and WhatsApp work to read notifications? They should. I don't use either of those applications, but anything that sends a notification to your phone will appear on your Wear OS device exactly the same. Shouldn't make any difference. Integration with the phone, as far as I know, it should be exactly like the integration of any other Wear OS phone. It should be same stuff. Wireless charge on the back of the phone. Yes, it does have wireless power share. And we can actually, I think that's under battery and then battery share. Here's an interesting thing to test. Hey, we're charging our watch on our phone. Look at that. That's a pretty neat thing to be able to do. I mean, the battery on your watch isn't very good, but you've got your phone with you, so you can always charge it with your phone. Charge your watch with your phone. That's a pretty cool thing to be able to do. Does the Pixel 6 Pro case fit the Pixel 7 Pro? I think I read somewhere that they moved the volume and the power buttons around a little bit, so it won't work that well. Google Pay, I don't know about Fitbit Pay, but I know it has Google Pay. I think I used to use Fitbit Pay on my Versa there for a while, but I don't know that it supports that or not. Does the watch charge with a standard Qi charger? It should. Since it's charging off the back of this thing, it should. I can go check that, but probably won't do that now. Do you play Mario Football on Fold 4? No, I do not. Let's see here. All right, I think we're kind of at a good stopping point here where I'd like to kind of get this thing set up and move on. So guys, thanks for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll have all kinds of content coming soon. Review for the watch. Probably like a 24-hour first impressions of both devices coming in the next day or so. Camera review, gaming review, full review of the phone itself coming over the next week or so and some change. And yeah, so subscribe so you don't miss any of that stuff. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.